How many presidents have you photographed?
Pretty much about five.
Five?
Yeah.
From different countries?
Yeah, from different countries.
God damn!
Yeah.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
Russia or USA?
Africa.
Welcome to The Confidential. I'm your host, Shiko Shira. This is the private conversation that we're inviting you to join us. With me today, I have one of the most prolific photographers in the region. And by the way, he might actually be the most prolific one, not one of them. He's photographed everyone from supermodels, he's photographed celebrities, basketball stars, every single person who's who. He's even photographed presidents. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Emmanuel Jambo.
Hey,
Hello.
my friend Chico, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. It's been a minute.
Good to see you. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's very good to see you. Now, last I saw you, you had just gotten married, and I've heard that there's some developments.
Yeah, I got married. I'm enjoying marriage life, and I got a little boy, baby boy, just turned one
Oh, that's
last
so
week. Yeah,
nice. Uh-huh.
so it's been the joy and and a lot of happiness.
That's so
Yeah.
nice. And you were just telling me about his first birthday, which happened last weekend. And I made a joke like the first birthday is for the parents. So what did you guys get up to?
True, yeah, because even everybody will come and tell us happy birthday to you. So of course they can't tell the baby. So I found out it's the first birthday belonged to the parents, and la- half of the gifts were, some of fine whiskeys for me. So
Nice.
we enjoyed it. We had a nice gathering with the family, and it was good.
And thanks for the invite, by the way.
You will come for his after party birthday celebration.
After party birthday.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't feel so bad anymore. So, Ems, a lot of people have seen your work, and I always tell people like if you think you haven't seen Emmanuel Jambo's work, you have, because every single business in this country has a picture of President Ruto, and that's a picture that you took, right?
Yes.
So we want to talk about, I've seen pictures of you with Obama. I've seen pictures of you with so many amazing people. I want to know, what is Ems's life before the glitz and all the glamour?
M's life was pretty much low key, a lot of hard work. What you see is a result of sleepless night, trying to, learn the craft, trying to perfect it, research, and just living life. Trying to come up.
Okay.
So it wasn't always like that, and it stayed the same. You still interacting and working with all of these head of states and all of these VIPs. I still keep it grounded. I still want to get better. I still want to reinvent myself. We all know the world is always evolving, so we have to reinvent ourselves. So there's a lot of work, behind the scene, research, and just go out there and shooting.
Yeah.
I shoot. There's a lot of stuff that it never make it to like social media or to the spotlights, but I go out in the streets and just learning new tricks and just learning the craft more and more. Yeah.
Mashallah. So there's something I want to touch on that you've mentioned. You're saying you constantly like reinventing yourself. What does a reinvention look like for Emmanuel Jambo? Because right now you are already someone who has accomplished so much. What does that look like for you?
For me, reinventing myself would probably be something like more of conceptual art, expressing myself more. So moving away from a lot of commercial stuff, doing things that speak more to me and expressing myself. It could be uh, political, it could be humanitarian, it could be a bunch of things. It's just pretty much expressing myself the way I wanted to project myself.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's something, particularly we were talking about like you being grounded. Um, I want to know what your values are.
My values are, it's a lot. I mean, I relationships, loyalty, um, uh, just to have a uh, to to do something that you know that what you want others to do to you. So not to harm anybody, or not to be an ass, I guess. I don't know. It's
Right.
just do do good do good by people. That's
True.
that's one of my core values.
That's amazing. And the thing is, people who, particularly in entertainment, people can tend to be very vain. And I want to know how, like, obviously, just to get into your career right now, like I've said, you photographed presidents, you photographed celebrities, you photograph all these different people. Who is the most interesting for you to photograph?
The most interesting person is so hard to answer this question. It's like each have their own character, each have their own charisma, each they have their own way of posing, or way of uh, if you like, the way that they want the world to see them. So it's a tough question to answer. I'm the most interested person. Maybe I've never shot him yet. Yeah. So but I mean, all the above. From President Obama, or President Kenyatta, President Ruto, or President Rupia Banda, or
Wow.
President Salva Kiir, all of these guys that I interacted with. It's each they have their own character, and then you just learn. You learn how to navigate, and to be able to get the best, or what you came to do.
And so sorry, you've just name dropped some crazy names. I just want to ask, how many presidents have you photographed?
Pretty much about five.
Five
Yeah,
from different countries.
yeah, from different countries.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's a bar. So obviously, you photographed me, and you very easy to work with and very easy to make people feel comfortable. How do you do that? For a photographer who might be watching right now, like, how do you make the person that you photograph? Because a lot of people, when they see the camera, they immediately tense up and they get nervous. How do you make people comfortable?
In my case, I use my jokes.
Right.
And now I guess it'd be that jokes, but before I had some nice jokes, just to break the ice, and to make everybody feel comfortable. But I think to the way you talk to the subject, the model, is
Right.
to not to put them down.
Right.
Like, just give them props, so they get that confidence, and they give you something beyond what you were looking for. Yeah. So it's just to make somebody comfortable, by give them props. Because at the end of the day, everybody's beautiful. You are
Absolutely.
beautiful in your own way. And I remember when we shot you, we did Farida.
Frida Kahlo, inspo,
Yeah,
yeah.
inspiration. And that's a beautiful woman, very powerful woman, and you carried it very well.
Oh,
So it's just to find what concept will suit that person. How they will feel comfortable, and
right.
they will give you the best.
And you see, like, that's spoken like a true pro, because I remember we had this chat where you told me there was a lady who you were photographing, and she didn't want to smile because a previous photographer had told her that she doesn't have good teeth, and I just thought that was insane. Because who says that?
Well, somebody did. And I'm sure there's many others where you know you there's beauty in imperfection. There's perfection in imperfection. So you don't have to say, oh, your teeth look bad or your eyes are crooked or everybody's beautiful in their own way. And yeah, like I said, it's just to give each person their own props, give them their
Their
flowers,
flowers, right?
and you'll be all right. Yeah.
So one of the things that you and I love to talk about is just just being a bit ethnocentric when it comes to being African, whereby from the clothes that we wear, from the pictures that we take, what does the future of Africa look like through Emmanuel Jambo's lens?
Through my lens, and I feel like through every documentary of every photographer, and especially Africans, the future should be our own narrative, our own concept. We don't have to, if you don't have a long hair, straight hair,
Right.
you don't have to project that. You can have your kinky hair out, your matutas, your
Your
bald head, your
dreads, your short
dreads.
hair, all of it.
Be as natural as possible. We have even makeup. We have like the tribal makeup, the tribal marking in the system. We have to glorify this. We always have to bring it back. Our textile, our way of living.
I think I like that you talked about the tribal makeup,
Yeah.
like the Maasais with their red hair. Or one thing I really like is the ladies who started doing it's like the fingers have been dipped in henna.
That's a Sudanese culture, the henna.
Yeah,
Yeah, where you
it's
you
like the
know
full fingers.
yeah, it looked like it's been dipped, but they just put it around your finger like this.
Yeah.
And it's usually for like weddings, and for men when the man gets circumcised, and even for weddings, you put it around your fingers and stuff. Yeah. So these are the things and then same like we see now recently, even when it comes to like movies or music videos or fashion shoots, we don't have to go to a hotel that look like
Right.
the Hilton or the Marriott. I mean, that's fine, but we have our own backdrops that we should be proud of, and that's what we should show the world.
I love that. And even with regards to architecture, we're starting to see, because the thing is like, colonialists came here and they were like, everything we do is bad, right? But now we're looking at the
Everything is
Makuti.
primitive.
It's primitive, it's backwards. Now we're coming back to that.
Coming back to,
You
yeah,
know,
from the architecture, from the material that we use for building. How for thousands of years we know what material to use in hot places and cold places,
right.
how to keep the heat, how to keep the coolness. All of these things we are told is not modern, is not, and then now people coming back for it, and same as fashion, hair, all of this, we're coming back with our own style.
And
That
what's like, I don't know, maybe does it infuriate you when, they people take the African culture and then trying to repackage it as something else, Because like you see when they talk about like eating like the food that we ate, our huts, the designs that we had, now all of a sudden they try to bring it as something else. Does it infuriate you?
Not really. I mean, for me personally, if anybody from outside that admire an African culture, be more than welcome.
Right.
But don't package it as yours. Don't steal it and trying to bring it. But if you want to embrace it, you're more than welcome.
Absolutely.
It's a thing. A lot of culture things is for us to, yes, we embrace it, we wear it like a crown, and but we share it.
True.
Yeah, so
So we were at Tribal Chic. Hi, Tribal Chic. Fantastic show, guys. And I met you there, and I was telling one of our directors and producers that, so in the spirit of, repackaging things, like how, I don't know if you remember, there's a time they tried to repackage the Kyondo.
yes, I
Yeah,
remember.
there's
Yeah.
a time they tried to repackage, what is it called? I forget.
Kikoi.
Kikoi.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's offensive in a way.
Yes, because they're trying to take it and then make it their own. That's sort of weird and
Even the Masai
unacceptable.
Shuka.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Messiah with one of the, I don't know,
The
was in
designers.
one of the designer in Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
They're trying to take it as theirs. But yeah, it's, I mean, even if you look into all of these logos from Louis Vuitton, these are all African logos, all of it.
I didn't
But
know that.
yeah, it is. Go look at all of these logos for Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all of this. These are African. A
And
lot.
yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
But the funny thing, because even if you look at, with like the Egyptian thing, the way the media and people have tried to just completely deny, like they'd rather say the pyramids were built by aliens than admit they were built
then
by
by Africans,
Africans.
we all know that the pyramids were built by the Kushite, by the Nubis,
Right.
which are Africans. You can check out books for like Sheikh Antioch, talk is a big scholar, talked about how Egypt, even the word Egypt or Kemet,
Kemet, yes.
yeah, these are all Nubi, but then they're trying to steal it,
I know.
or they stole it already.
Because something really interesting. I read, I think like a week ago, when they were talking about how African, like when you go to someone's house, we give you the best plates, the best
True.
food. We're very endearing, and it's because we're under the notion that if I come to your house, you'll do the same thing for me. But how do you navigate that when you're dealing with a settler? Because they're in your house and they're like, I want that, I want that, I want that.
They take without giving back. It's just we gotta protect ourselves. We gotta protect our resources, and it's usually the resources they're the one. Resources goes first and never come back. Like
Yes.
you get all of this fake aid, and this is all just access to resources.
Right.
And yeah, it's how a lot of other civilization are striving or surviving on our resources.
Yeah. And the funny thing, we benefit very little from everything that we have,
Pretty much zero. We don't
Zero.
benefit at all.
In fact, actually, I would say it even goes to a cost because look at the lives lost in Congo, for
War,
example.
exactly. War and conflicts. Look, domestic conflict. So we're not benefiting at all. Yeah.
Absolutely. So the premium conversation platform, aka The Confidential, is coming right back. I'm not done with you, Emmanuel. And remember, this episode is sponsored by Mr. Ceiling. Welcome back to the Private Conversation Chamber. You're with me, Shiko Shira, and I'm still with Ems, Emmanuel Jambo. You know him as a photographer. And you have done like some very incredible things. Tell me about the moment of Zen where you were like, wow, I'm now on a new level.
Wow, that moment. I think the day when I was asked to show at the Art Basel.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah.
very
We
nice.
a bunch of us who were like 10 artists from around the world that we did some work with, humanitarian work, and we they held a exhibition at the Art Basel. That's the day I think I realized I'm doing good. Just arrived. Yeah, after all of this year,
Umefika.
Mafika, that's where I was like, this is it.
Right.
From here, I don't know where where I'm gonna go.
What's better than this?
Yeah, sky's the limit from here, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah.
So walk me through this. Now you're at the Art Basel, you've had blood, sweat, and tears, I'm sure, for you to get there. It didn't happen by flukes. What was like what next? Like what happened after like you had that moment?
What's next is just think now is my own exhibition.
Okay.
Where there's I mean I've done a lot of exhibition before, but I need to put down a major one in a major. It could be Art Basel. It could be one of. It could be in New York. It could be one of these big venues that places that you look up to these places since you started your career. It's like you know top artists show there, and you like one day I'm gonna be showing there. That's probably the next
You
for
know,
me.
that's amazing because the fact that you've a lot of people look up to you, and the fact that you still have more things that you want to do, that's good. That means it's a passion.
Yes, because art don't stop. I don't think art stop anywhere.
Ever.
Yeah,
Mm.
you always have to keep going. You have to break barriers. You have to push. You have to reinvent and show that even years after you're gone,
Yeah.
it's gonna be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people they want to be successful, but they might not understand whether it's luck or discipline. What do you think?
I think it could be a combination of two. I feel like my mother always prayed for me, and that's the luck part.
Right.
Yeah, but nothing get done without discipline.
Right.
Nothing get done without hours of work, and sacrifice. That's the only way to go somewhere. Luck play a role somehow. It's like being somewhere at the right time, meeting
Right.
the right person at the right time. But I would say 99% is discipline and sacrifice and I guess uh, your own talent that you took time to nurture it. Yeah.
I love that. I really do. And because because you're always like behind the camera, a lot of people might not know what your advice is. And I love that you're giving it to the people. We're going to be right back. Remember, The Confidential is brought to you by Mr. Stealing. It is your premium Pan-African platform. In a bit. Welcome back to the Private Conversation Chamber, aka The Confidential. I'm your host, Shiko. We're still with Emmanuel Jambo. Now, you obviously you've shot a lot of presidents, and I keep saying this because a lot of people would be very nervous being in front of a head of state, let alone being responsible for taking their photo, which is going to be in every single business in the country. What's the protocol? How do you get there? Who calls you? What's the journey to shooting a president? Whoa, pause. Not shooting. I mean taking their pictures.
Not like I shot the sheriff.
I'm like, what the hell?
But I didn't shoot no deputy. Well, it's the good thing is it was a long journey. I By the time I get to take a portrait of, for instance, President Uhuru Kenyatta, I was already like 10, 9 years taking photos, and one of my early sweat on the set was back in Atlanta. There is a producer that produced porn. Seriously.
That's not where I thought this was going.
I know. And that's why it's confidential. He was in the chamber.
That's why it's confidential.
Yeah. So, and at that time, I just started. Can you imagine? I just started photography, and so you're still worried about, your angle, your lighting, your settings and all that. And this guy approached me online and he's like, I want to shoot a cover. Prior to that, I shot like a music cover.
Okay.
I shot, something for the newspaper, for a musician, a pastor, and
a pastor.
Yeah.
And straight to porn after that.
Yeah, a pastor who needed to release a CD, so shot. Now this guy hasn't told me. So I get there, and after we sat down, and he's like, "Look, I make porn movies." So I'm like, "Whoa, okay." So I'm like, "Okay, since I'm here, might as well. I'm not gonna run.
Yeah.
I'm not a punk. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna own it." So I'm like, "Okay." So the model, I mean, it's just like amazing. Like, this thick body,
Hmm.
like she walked in butt naked, pretty much,
And she's just okay with it.
full of tattoos. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a porn star, I
Uh
guess,
huh.
full of tattoos and stuff. And okay, we start shooting, and here somebody just bam, spread their legs on the wall. So can you imagine you being nervous, like you still
Up and
early in your
coming.
game, and I think that set set the pace for for everything else. A lot of people, they don't know about this, but I think after that, I'm like, I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I'm not getting nervous. And yes, of course, all jokes aside, um, uh, for instance, with President Uhuru Kenyatta, it was it was like, first of all, you're trying to grasp that, okay, this person just won.
Right.
We built a relationship. Of course, we did his campaign. We did
Hmm.
the whole campaign,
Oh.
all of that. Yeah, that helped, of course. Prior to that, I shot his brother wedding. He was the best man, so I got to meet him briefly.
Hmm.
You know, so that helped things. But at the end of the day, now it's like, this is the president of the Republic of Kenya. This is
Right.
the head of state. So even things change around everybody. It's like you walk in the room, everybody stand up. You
Mm,
know,
right.
even though he was one of the chillest people in this world, he
He
would push
is.
you down and be like, "No, sit down. It's okay. You
Mm,
don't have to do this."
hmm.
But yet still, it's just so taking the portrait, making sure that, of course, everything is there. You have your memory card, everything is there, your lighting work proper, because you don't want to mess. I
Mm.
had some prior guys who mentored me, told me stories. I heard horrible stories where they went for an important event, and they forgot to load a film on the camera. And it's just, I heard about commercial where you fly a superstar from somewhere in, private jet, and then things didn't work out.
That's
Now to
crazy.
get the time and logistic is, so this always been in the back of my mind. Even I always tell, it's so traumatic that I always tell my assistant, my intern, I'll be like, keep your camera always charged.
Right. Just in case.
You can get a call right now and
Mm.
be like, Mandela is next door here. We want you
Hmm.
to come and shoot Mr. Mandela.
Mm.
And you're like, oh, by the time you're trying to charge your camera and stuff, the moment is gone.
Right.
So being ready like that, it always helped me, because you can have the big mess in history, I guess.
True.
So yeah, but then we did the portrait. But what's the best story behind this
Hmm.
is how we chose. We took about maybe 10 different looks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Smiley, serious, different color suits, blah. And then we had the vice president there. We had the head of the army.
Oh.
We had a lot of people from the government, people, big people.
Hmm.
So, and I think probably it was good times, because President Uhuru came at a time where, chill,
Mm.
man of the people,
He
chill,
is.
yeah. So, but then we are surrounded by big guys in the government who really wanted that serious photo and stuff.
Mm.
So I'm here saying that I like the one that he's smiling.
Right.
He liked it,
And that's the one you picked.
Yeah, he
Hmm.
liked it.
Hmm.
So what happened that people didn't know about it, that His Excellency took toothpicks,
Mm.
took like 10 of them,
Uh-huh.
and broke them in halves. And he called everyone, from the cook to the security at the door, to the first lady, his wife, to everybody, all of us, and to the head of the army,
Hmm.
tell them, put a piece of toothpick
If you
underneath the
like.
photo, what you like. And the one that he was smiling and the one we liked, that's the one was up.
So was this a state house?
Yeah, there was a state house. Yeah, but that's the one was taken and put up. That's the one was
Nice.
chosen. Yeah,
Nice.
with when it came to President Ruto, I met him through Uhuru Kenyatta
As his
when he
vice
was vice president.
president.
Yeah, so I would have missed it too. And this is where the luck came in. I did all his campaign. Then when the result came and he won, I was just landing in Tunisia for a different gig,
Right.
basketball, for Afro basketball. I checked in. I was getting my luggage. I checked in online, and then I get a call right away. It's like, His Excellency wants you to come tomorrow morning to take the official photo. So I'm like, oh
No.
my God, I just landed in Tunisia. This tournament, this winter is going to take at least 12 days.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, we'll call you back. Then an hour or something, by the time I'm at the hotel, they're like, you know what? Relax. Honorable Raila just file a petition against the result. So how luck is
That is
that?
lucky.
Yeah. So they're like, relax. So I relaxed. I finished what I was doing. I landed back. And then the next day, right away, I went early in the morning, and there was a photo all over social media. Me and His Excellency were laughing because it was a joke. And he's like, you refuse to come back in the country to take my photo. I have a scissor in my pocket. I'm gonna cut your hair, and then we start laughing. So things like that where luck playing. Uh, as far as like President Obama, I've done some work with his sister,
Right.
Obama. We've done some work, and the minute when he was visiting, I get a call. Is like, we want you to be his official photographer here. And that's how I got to meet him, and I got to shoot him, and of course that one, of course, your name was taken, I don't know, a month. Actually, first it was very confidential. It was nobody knew. Even the head of state here didn't know that he's
Oh,
coming. Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So it's very confidential. I was told early. Name, of course, was given to Secret Service. Everything, background check, everything. And yeah, so and then it was just easy. And one of my first way to to break the ice, I've told him that you owe me $2. And then he started laughing. He's like, why? so, so I'm like, I voted for you as a senator because I used to
Oh,
live
you
in
still live in
Chicago.
US, right?
Yeah, I used to live in Chicago. So he shook my hands. And then the second one was, I'm like, your favorite player. I knew exactly his favorite player.
Who's his favorite?
His favorite player was Luol Deng, which a friend of
Oh,
mine. I grew
yeah.
up, we grew up, together. We played basketball. So then things became easy. It's like, oh wow, it's like I'm not a stranger anymore, I guess.
Yeah, that is so funny.
Yeah.
That is very African to ask for money for votes.
behind every photo, there's
There's a story.
there's a greater story. There's luck and I don't know, precision, a lot.
But I really want to touch on something. You've talked about always being ready, keeping your camera charged. And obviously, at some point in your long career, there's a blunder where you're like, this is going to ruin the tour. That saying, the Justin Timberlake one.
Ruin the tour.
So what is this generational blunder? Or maybe something that you almost did a blunder.
Yeah. There's few of them. And sadly, most of the time, I don't want to blame somebody else, but it's usually your assistant.
Right.
And I always say, if you can be a good assistant, you'll be a good photographer, or you'll be, whatever you do, you'll be good at it. And where we travel somewhere or we shooting a VIP or something, there's something missing. There's one battery is missing.
Oh.
So now you have to send quick. You have to act quick. You have to contain the situation first of all, that nobody
knows. No one panics.
Nobody panics.
Yeah.
Because if it came out, people would panic on the set. So even I took it as far as like playing a trick or like oh, you know what, this suit won't work out. You know, so you make
That is
that
so
person, yeah,
funny.
you make that person
Change.
change
Right.
so you can buy
You buy
10,
time.
15 minutes. Yeah,
But like, how does that work if you're in a foreign country? Like, like here you could just call a guy. But
yeah.
like, if you're in a foreign country, how does that work?
In a foreign country, for some reason, I always made sure that I even pack two cameras.
Right.
Pack I pack things myself.
Right.
I barely depend on
On the intern.
on the intern or on the assistant. I make sure I double check everything because it's there's no. I feel like not even foreign country. I mean, if you just outside of Nairobi,
Yeah.
if you go to a place where it's remote and there's no flights there, maybe you went by road
Right.
days. If you have something missing, you know, sometimes, and we had where we had to improvise. I learned since the beginning of my career. Sometimes you just have to learn how to improvise, where as little as a reflector and your assistant forgot it somewhere, I will buy aluminum foil for cooking,
Okay. You have to be
and
creative.
I'll build my own reflector. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you just have to improvise. Yeah.
Ugh, God, like I'm sorry because it's making me mad because that would make me so mad. Like if someone forgot it, but like, at the end of the day, people are just human, and so
Mistakes happen.
they
Mistakes happen.
do.
It's you try to avoid it, but it happened. There's there's a lot of uh, even like sometimes equipment, no matter how good it is, expensive, and people swear on it. Rating, everything, top rating, things could go. I had one time, one of the worst thing that happened before was wedding photos. And why I even mention weddings, because as big as head of state is,
This is someone's special day.
you can still
Yeah.
call them back, or you can go to them as a commercial. You can reshoot it,
Right.
but weddings is so hard to
Right.
redo it. You can't redo it.
What do you even say?
What do you say? So you have sometimes cards,
Right.
the memory cards, they go bad. Sometimes your computer will crash, your external hard drive will crash. Yeah. So now you take it to like data handlers, or they're not able to recover it. You have to send it to New York or somewhere where it take now months and months.
That
And
is
it's like one of the worst nightmares,
of a
that could happen.
photographer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That is a nightmare.
Yeah, so I don't know. The best advice for all the upcoming photographers or filmmakers is just to back up, and back up. It doesn't mean one backup.
Yeah.
Backup is like four backup, because yeah, I back up at home,
Right.
you back up at the studio,
Right.
and then another confidential spots where nobody knows about it, because somebody could break into your studio, your home,
Right.
fire, rain, any crazy, natural act of disaster could happen. So it's good to back up at least four times.
Yeah. Because it's funny that you've mentioned that. The other day I had like one of these scares where I almost got robbed. And I remember telling one of my friends, it's not even about the phone, it's the
Is
inconvenience.
the inconvenience and what's in the phone,
Right.
that information of or footage that you can lose, that you can never get back. I started, like, when it comes to client service, I keep telling client, you know, if somebody come to your event or whatever they want to cover, make sure, people, sometimes want to save money,
Right.
so they throw you in a hotel very far, very not secure,
Right.
you know. In the process of the
Saving
person
money.
leaving from here, from your event, going to that place, you could get robbed. They could get robbed at the hotel. So at the end of the day, you are losing,
Right.
So because it's a very important piece of information that you need to keep. Yeah.
That is wild. I'm not even a photographer and I'm feeling nervous about that. So obviously we've all seen your portraits. I want to know like what is something that people don't know about you?
Something personal that people don't know about me.
I'm being nosy.
I'm scared of roller coasters. Yeah.
Really? What?
I might look all, I'm scared of roller coasters. Yeah. They're very scary.
Are you afraid of heights?
I'm not scared of heights.
But roller coasters, so what's the
Yeah.
scary?
I don't know. Roller coasters are scary.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of heights. I've been to like, I think probably top tallest, five top tallest building in the world. Been to like top of mountains, but roller coasters, that happened, especially I think they call it the sky drop or something.
Yeah, yeah.
That one is just it scared the shit out of me.
You know
Yeah.
what freaks me out about roller coasters? The climb. Because you know what's coming after.
It get built up.
Yeah.
And then it just come like I've done it once and I don't think I will ever do that again. Yeah, it's not for me.
So,
not for me.
and you lived in America. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a big roller coaster
And it's
culture.
not far from Six Flags.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Six Flags is right there. But when people visiting Atlanta, I'll take them and I'll be eating popcorn or ice cream, laughing at them.
And you know the worst part about roller coasters is the queue. Like 1 hour just standing in line.
For what?
I swear to God, you never really know. And considering the fact that you're very tall, that is very funny.
I have one of my friends, he's 6'1".
Right.
No, 7 foot, sir.
Ooh.
He's 7 foot and he's scared of heights.
But he's the height.
That thing don't make any difference if you're short or tall. It doesn't make any difference.
I mean, if it's comfort.
And I love speed. I used to like now I drive slowly. But I used to be a speeder. Like I really love speed. Like, and it's dangerous speed where in the middle of the night I could turn off the headlights and speed and fly a little bit. It just gave me joy. I don't know.
Why would you turn off the headlights though?
Because now you're trying to scare everybody who's riding with you. Because you know, when you do that dip and you fly and it's dark, you just like somewhere.
No.
Yeah, I used to do that. I swear. I had my driver license was suspended. I had to do. You know how back in the States you have to go to this, like it's almost like a rehab thing. Like I wasn't 21 yet, so they would suspend your license and then they would show you videos of accidents.
Oh, really?
And you sit with people that talk to you and injured people, blah blah blah. And I had to do that.
Really? And did it change anything?
Because not really. The minute you go back and like, okay, it's been 6 months, it's been suspended. I did these classes. You go back and you speed.
6 months?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like a diploma. Ems, it's so funny. Like, I've been friends with you for a couple of years, and that's a lot of things I don't know about you. But turning off the headlights, that is wild. I've never heard that in my entire life. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back. Remember, this show, The Confidential, is brought to you by Mr. Ceiling. Welcome back to the Private Conversation Chamber, aka The Confidential. I'm your host, Shiko. Emmanuel is still with me. Now it's time for our quick fire segment, which means he doesn't have time to think about it. I ask you a question, you answer it immediately. Are we clear? You ready?
Let's go.
Take a breather. In and out. All right. Risk or security?
Security.
Mr. I drive with the lights off.
See, now I'm older and I'm...
You're wiser.
Yeah, if it was some years back, risk 100%.
All right. Discipline or talent?
Discipline.
Power, respect.
Respect.
Money or power?
Power.
Ooh, Obama or Trump?
Obama all day.
What's the most important quality that African leaders need to have?
Loyalty. They need to be loyal to their people.
Okay. And one word that describes the future of Africa?
We have to be, Africa have to be its own sustainable system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Russia or USA?
Africa.
You thought about it though. I'm just curious. What did you be without Africa? What were you gonna say? Russia or USA?
I will say now Russia. I want to go.
You would go Russia?
Yeah.
Or is it because our director's
No,
Russian? Is it
no,
because he's
nothing
here?
at all. I've been a big fan of Putin for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't let the Americans hear you saying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm sure you know so many interesting people from Africa. Who would you recommend for us to have in the show?
I think right now one of the most interesting people that you guys should have, Ibrahim Traore.
That's fire.
Captain Africa.
That's our guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so before I let you go, because you've given us such an insightful conversation across the board, I want to ask you for someone who's watching right now at home, this is your camera, please give them some advice. And it doesn't have to be about photography. It can be about anything. It can be about politics, whatever you want. Give like some, we need to make sure the mission is possible,
Let's work hard for us. Let's unify. Let's stay united. Let's love each other and let's glorify ourselves.
Yeah.
Africa #1.
You heard it first. Emmanuel Jambo, our favorite photographer. This has been The Confidential. Remember, this is your premium conversation platform. All of those conversations you want to hear from your favorite celebrities, favorite supermodels, actors, you name it, we have it here. And remember, it's brought to you by Mr. Sealing. My name is Shiko Shura. Thanks for watching. Bye.